Hello everyone, welcome to the next video in my series of videos on VHS as a format, taking a look at our Star Trek VHS, and first we will look at the Star Trek box sets that we have. This one is The Beginnings. Star Trek has the original series, Next Generation, and Deep Space Nine, has the pilot episodes for those. Nice box set. The one that I think most people are familiar with, the Star Trek movie collection 1 through 5, right before Undiscovered Country came out, the 25th anniversary collectors. This one I think everyone has seen and so many Star Trek fans have. It's just such a popular box set and gorgeous box set, and this is one that I was really happy to find. I was hunting down for a long time because I didn't have the original. It was a family box set, it wasn't mine individually, but I really wanted it because we did not have any of the original series on VHS growing up. We were watching, Next Generation as it was coming out, and Deep Space Nine and Voyager. The original series was more, I caught reruns or marathons on like the Sci-Fi Channel when that channel first was getting started, and my main attachment to the original series was really more the movies, even more than the series, just because we actually owned this box set and then a copy of Star Trek VI on the side, and I would just watch these endlessly. So these Star Trek, the original movies, I probably saw 30 times as a kid versus a lot of the episodes maybe 3 or 4 times. That is a very special box set to me, one I really wanted, and to go along with that, just happened to find, while I was piecing them together because I just couldn't find it for a decent price with the box, even though it's fairly common. I just couldn't find it or the box was too beat up. So along the way I actually found a sealed copy of the motion picture, and I just held on to that because it's a sealed release and has the old blockbuster value price of $15. And because it's not in that box set, I did get a copy of Star Trek VI to go along with that box set, so that I would have those on there. And another box set here, the Time Travel box set. This is really interesting. Has an episode each from the original series. It has The City on the Edge of Forever, Next Generation is Yesterday's Enterprise, Deep Space Nine, The Visitor, and Voyager Time and Again. This is a really nice box set. I like the way this looks and how then it folds out. There's a little folds out in the middle. And it comes together. So this is cool. And one more box set. I showed this this past summer when I picked this up, and I found wow, that's a nice box. I gotta grab that. The Borg Collective. So it's a Borg cube, well, a Borg rectangle, but meant to look like a Borg cube, and has some TNG Borg themed episodes. That's really cool. And now for some of the individual releases. I found 4 episodes, 2 tapes of the animated series, which, have you ever seen the box set of, I just wanted to mention this, the DVD box set, how beautiful that looks. I just love the way that one looks in particular. The white with the orange just really stands out. I just had to mention that. But Volume 1 and 6, I really like the animated series. The animated series is a lot of fun. Original series, we have Amok Time. And my favorite episode of the original series, and I think a lot of people it's their favorite, The City on the Edge of Forever. I have a copy there that I've had for a while, and I just kind of ran across a completely sealed copy, and I just, being my favorite episode of the original series, kept that. And then we have, Amanda got this for me not that long ago, Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Family Business. Trials and Tribulations. I love this episode. I like the original, and I love the way that they incorporated it into the Deep Space Nine episode, and just, even from just a technical perspective, looking at it, it's so seamless, and for like mid-90s TV, it's incredible what they achieved in that episode. Really fantastic. And we have Trekkies. Always a fun watch. I haven't watched that in years. I have to watch that again. And then TNG Generations, First Contact, and Insurrection. Some of these bigger box sets here. This is really cool from the Arrow video collection, but Star Trek IV. Look at this huge box this thing comes in. Slipcover, and then this massive box. And it was a rental chain, the Arrow's Video Club. Not one that I had around here, so not one I knew about, but when I saw this at the store, I'm like, look at that. That is just really, really cool for a great Star Trek movie. This was, say, Star Trek V. I probably wouldn't have picked it up, but to have that on display for Star Trek IV, that's really cool. Star Trek 25th Anniversary Special. I remember watching this, and I recorded it off TV originally when I was a kid, and just watching it over and over again. I really loved that special. That was just so much fun. And a couple of these Columbia House VHS tapes. There are so many of these. It would be really cool to just have a wall of like every one of the releases of the Columbia House or Star Trek, but that's just so ridiculous and unrealistic. Never gonna do that. That's just absurd, absolutely. But we have a couple here that I found that were completely sealed, and I just grabbed a couple just to have an example of what that release line looked like. But Deep Space Nine, we have Far Beyond the Stars and One Little Ship. Then we have one Next Generation and one original series. So that's what I'm gonna have for that lineup, basically. Just again to show what the lineup looked like, and just have an example of that with I, Mud, and The Trouble with Tribbles. And then for TNG, this sealed one here, we have Darmok and Ensign Ro. And when I found this, the store had someone traded in their collection. I think there was a complete set at the thrift store, and this is just one that happened to be still sealed in the bunch, so I just grabbed that by itself. But yeah, that's it for Star Trek, so we will move on. In the next video, I think I'm going to go to clamshells next.